Welcome back, guys. I am Chloe.
And I'm Sophie.
And this is Pillow Pod. We are back in here, kicking off season 2!
Yeah!
And you've
So
probably
exciting.
noticed, we're not in pyjamas. Don't panic. We're in a different set. Don't panic. And we have a guest on. Don't panic. Introducing our first guest to Pillow Pod is the branding photographer and specialist, Terry Joshi!
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you.
How are you?
I am doing great, thank you.
Good.
So good to see you in your other home.
Other home, I love that.
That is actually what it is.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm home. No, I love that. Oh, it's so fabulous to have you on here. So obviously, just to kick things and get things started, what got you into branding photography?
So I've been a photographer, scarily, for about 20 years.
Wow.
You know, when you actually look the numbers up, it's like scary. So I did a little bit of everything apart from weddings. So I did a lot of family photography, events, what I was then calling corporate photography. And then about 5 years ago, I was like, 5 years ago, pandemic.
Oof.
Yes. I was like, I'm never going to photograph anything ever again.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had a time to take a step back, and that's when I discovered brand photography as I do it now. And the difference with brand photography is that it's not just turning up with a camera, I'll get you some pictures. It's, I need to get to know you. I need to know about your business. I need to know about you as a human in your business, who your client is. Right now, let's go and take a bank of pictures that tell your story, that you can put out there on your website, on your social media, on your newsletters. They've been in all sorts of places. Every now and then, also one for dating profiles.
Really?
Yes.
I have to see
Yes.
that.
Wait, so people get the like a professional headshot for...
Well, if I'm there anyway doing their brand shoot, quite often they'll be like, actually, I'm single. Maybe
I want to meet Mr. Right.
while I'm
mad.
here.
No way.
But yeah, so anyway, branding photography about 5 years ago, and it just felt like I had hit a sweet spot of exactly what I wanted to do, the kind of people that I wanted to be around, because I've owned a business for all of that time. So I know that side of things. So learning more about honing brands, putting that into visuals, helping people get them out there. I love it.
I'm so inspired. I was just
Actually,
like, I'm my God. I mean, let's open another business. Calm down.
So like, what would you say? Like, so once you've taken all this content for your clients, obviously you did our branding shoots as well.
Oh,
The
best day
problem
ever.
with me is that I just couldn't bring myself to actually post it.
Yes.
Because I'd wiped my whole Instagram for a rebrand, big mistake, and then obviously had to post again.
Yeah.
What is your advice for someone on how to action their content
And it's
just
not
get it
that
out there?
unusual. So I completely get that signing up for figuring out that you need a brand shoot and what a brand shoot is. Usually clients figure out they need a headshot.
Yeah.
And then that's great, let's chat. And I'm like, actually, maybe you'd be better off with a brand shoot. That takes a lot of bravery. People put a lot of trust in me to actually come along. It's a vulnerable position for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
They don't like having their picture taken, and I feel the same way if someone points
Do you
the
remember
camera.
us on that brand shoot?
Yes, absolutely. It's like, don't point the camera at me.
We're going to do each other's content, but I'm going to be sick and you're
I
going to be
live
sick.
behind the camera. Don't make me go in front of it. So yeah, so it's really common.
Yeah.
So you get the shoot done, you get your images. My goal is that you feel really proud of your images. Your images are amazing.
Yes.
And you love them. And
Chef's
yet,
kiss.
even with all of that, you still felt
I still
felt
it
that
took
pressure.
me, even when I was about to upload, it still took me about
Yeah.
an hour to just press the upload button.
So I wouldn't suggest that you clear everything in your whole
no,
business.
don't ever do that.
Yeah.
I
Don't do
don't
that, like,
actually know why I
ease it
did
in.
that.
It's called ADHD. ADHD took
I was
over.
like, it all needs to be gone.
Yeah. You
And
can
then I'll start again.
transition slowly. I delivered a set of images last night. It was midnight. You know, you get that.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. So I delivered a set of images last night. I woke up at 8:00 this morning, and on her LinkedIn profile, her picture had changed.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
I could never. That's so scary to just like make that.
She just did it, and then she immediately did a post. So what do? You go back to the planning. Go back to the why are we doing this? What do I need to do? And having a brand shoot is not an ego boost for you. It's for your clients. Yeah, and that
eye-opening.
reframe, I think, is really big. You're not doing it to like, look at me, I'm amazing, woo, I'm the content queen.
That's
yay,
so
yay, yay.
interesting.
Because like, what does this convert to?
That's so interesting because I do feel like I did my brand shoot thinking of me and not necessarily my clients actually. So now that fairs.
Yeah, do it for them. And for the people who know you already, so they see a little bit more about you and who you are and how you work. But for the people who haven't found you yet, when they do find you, when they answer an ad or when someone refers them to you, that person is then going to go to your online presence because they haven't met you yet. They don't know you. They've got a referral. They've seen an ad. They will go to your online profile, wherever that sits. And if they like what they see and if they like what they hear, they'll feel like they know you.
Absolutely.
By the time they send that DM or WhatsApp or whatever, they've decided if they're going to work with you or not.
Know. Yeah.
So don't put them off by having crappy content. Put them off by having content that reflects you, talks about who you are and what you do, and gives them a feel of what it's like to work with you.
That's so interesting because like obviously, you know, being behind the camera, it's basically impossible to get any content of yourself. It's like, hi, I'm a real person. I'm the one behind the camera doing this. I do exist. Yeah,
exactly.
And when I actually had that headshot and that image that I've now only just recently launched on my socials, so much of the feedback was, well, it's about time you've put yourself on your page. Finally, we know who you are, sort of thing. Yeah. And it just really like builds that next level of trust.
Yes.
But like what I found so amazing was all of the planning and preparation and seeing it from your client perspective with us being your clients in that situation. Yeah. So what's your kind of process then to prepare and get a shoot ready?
Yeah, okay. So if somebody contacts me and it's an initial, just a chat, just to get a feel for each other. And you know, that chat, even if either of you feels like it's the wrong fit, even from the client side, if it doesn't go any further, maybe that's a good thing. As long as you're showing up authentically, if someone's like, oh, you're not for me, never think of that as a bad thing. Think of it as it obviously wasn't the right fit. There's something gone wrong, you know? Yeah. And if we had worked together, it wouldn't be quite right.
And then there'd be issues later down the line.
Exactly. Yeah. So have that initial content, that initial inquiry call. Once they've decided, okay, we're going to go ahead, we're going to work together, then the homework starts. Then it's like, right, okay, here's a workbook. We've chatted a little bit. I want to know more about you. Let's really get in depth. Who is your client? Where do they hang out? What do they like to read, see? What kind of vibe do they like? What are your value words? So it's personal values and business values. Like I want to come across as friendly, or I want to come across as professional. One of my value words is joy and creative, because I want it to be a fun process. I don't want it to be oh my God, now I'm sitting here having my picture taken and it's really scary. So think about my clients'
I feel like I do get that from your Instagram.
Oh, that's really lovely. Thank you. Good. Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, but it's like in your content and your personality, though, because I was so scared when we did that branding shoot. Yeah. And normally I'm like, I'm like, oh no, we got this. Yeah. And you read it on my face. You're like, you're getting overwhelmed. Immediately.
Just stop now.
We're a safe space.
Yeah. Stop now. Take a break.
I'm safe, everyone. Terry's made me safe.
Oh, thank you. One of the things that I always say when we're there in that moment, right now we're in the shoot, is like literally put the camera down and be like, right now, breathe, breathe, and just relax, because you know we're doing this for you, for your business. So once I've done all of that, the workbook, we'll also start pulling together some visuals. Sometimes they'll pull that from the visuals of mine that they've already seen, tell me what they like, tell me what kind of feel they want from it, or I'll send them to Pinterest. And it's like going
Pinterest.
Exactly. My Pinterest is full of different boards for different clients with different feels. And if I've done a shoot that's in a similar kind of feel or client base to what they're looking for, I'll show them that and see if it's a good fit. So by the time we get to shoot day, I've got a shot list. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. Here's the value words. And during the shoot, I'll also go back to my clipboard, because you need a clipboard, because then you feel professional.
Terry's clipboard.
It's magic. So I'll go back to my clipboard and I'll be like, right, let's have a look at those value words again. This is what we want this to feel like. Right, okay, now let's put it down. Let's carry on. So the homework is really important. And then when I'm in the edit, I'll make sure that I then try and create with the edit and the look and feel the content that they want. And it's also thinking about, like, Do you need like a banner where you've got lots of negative space so you can put text up there? Are you going to use cutouts in Canva? What are you going to do with the content at the end of the day? And let's make sure you've got a portfolio that fits into all of that.
That actually, like, you really, as a photographer as well, like seeing how you with negative space, it really reminded me in all of my client shoots of, right, think about Canva. Think about how when they start putting these on websites, putting these on flyers, to leave that
how
space.
They can actually be utilised.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's an absolute
One
game
image
changer.
can be used in so many ways. If you've got an image that you love, and as a photographer you've created it in a way that you've got space, you can use it as a banner. You can use it as a portrait shot. You can use it as a cutout somewhere. You can crop it into a square, use it as a headshot. If you've got images that you love, pick out your favourite ones. Have those in a little folder everywhere on your phone. If somebody says, can you come and speak at this event? Can you just send us a couple of headshots?
And you've just got it ready to go.
Got it there, ready to go. And then top up that folder with things that you do day to day, because people know that not every image is going to be. You can't have me following you around every day, sadly. So you're gonna have to create your own content too.
Yeah.
But learn some tips on how to do that as well, and add that into your folder that's just on your phone and it's always there.
That's so true. What role do branding photos play in shaping a business identity, would you say?
Comes back to that thinking about your business. You can be so busy in the everyday of your business that you need to take a step back and then who am I as a business? And it might be slightly different to who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Don't think that when you run your own small business, you can fall into that trap of thinking, oh my God, it's all me, and you're so invested that then if it fails, you feel like you failed.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like there's a whole thing on like being as authentic as you possibly can nowadays, when actually, authenticity is really important. Absolutely. But maybe not to the point where you're putting yourself down because you're putting yourself out. Do you know what I mean?
I think you need a line.
Yeah.
And that line will be different for lots of different people. Like, if you've, like, a lot of my clients are like, but I don't want to show my family. But I don't want to show this. I don't want to show that. It's like, that's fine. You figure out where your line is. You figure out what parts of I want to know about you, but you figure out what parts of your life you want to share. Like my dogs are part of my brand. They're fine being on camera. A 15-year-old is not fine being on camera.
Yeah, the dogs have signed GDPR forms.
They're good. They're all fine, and that's fine. That's her choice, and that's they're parts of my life that I don't share at all, and there are parts of my life that are right. Yes, I'm happy to talk about this. As part of my brand. I've forgotten the question that you actually asked.
So have I. The ADHD's taking over. Amen for cue cards. Right. What role do branding photos play in shaping a business identity?
Yes. Okay, great. So people want to know, like, and trust you. You need people to know, like, and trust you. If they don't know who you are, they haven't discovered you yet. You want them to like you because they're going to have to work with you, or like you or respect you as a business person in what you do. And then given all of that, you want them to trust you because they're going to give you money, whether it's a little bit for a necklace or whether it's a lot for, a full-on makeup session or a brand shoot. So branding photos, if they reflect you as a person, as a business, they will help people build that know, like, and trust because they won't suddenly be like, oh, you're not the person that I saw on your Instagram. That person over there is like really, really flashy and, is always suited and booted in black and white, whatever. You just need to turn up as the person in your images. So what your branding photos can do for you is build the know, like, and trust before you've even spoken to the person.
Because that's what we always say, isn't it? Like, people buy from people, not from logos.
Not just logos, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, and once they've got to know you and they know your logo, you were talking about Nike a couple of episodes ago, and once they know you, then they've got that identity, and your identity is your logo, but your brand, but you as a person, as much of you as you want to share.
Absolutely.
Because it really sets off that expectation, doesn't it? And what I love so much about the photos you did for us is obviously we started very playful with Pillow Pod. And obviously, like, season 1 was our pajamas. We hadn't even launched the networking properly, and we were still kind of figuring out who we were as a brand. And then being able to do the brand shoots, it was almost kind of like a celebration as well. Like, this is our next venture.
Absolutely, because obviously we then went into the suits situation. And that was a lot we still obviously wanted to exhibit that we are still fun, but we had
can we
to...
just say, I love the suit reveal, but can I say, this was our serious branding shoot.
Serious.
There was a pillow fight.
There was.
This was our serious brand. So it was, because if we just did a completely serious corporate feel with you guys,
It just
Our
wouldn't
tone of
make
voice would have
sense.
been dead.
can you
It's not
imagine
us.
if you'd
It
gone
wouldn't
out
make
there
sense.
fully like, oh my God, here I am with my clipboard and I'm just...
Yeah.
That
We're in
wasn't
pink,
you.
it's not happening.
So we took those serious shots, we kept it authentic to you and Pillow Pod, and there was a pillow fight.
I love that the behind the scenes, because we also had Sarah. Sarah Van Dort was also with us on this collab shoot. And there's the behind the scenes of us fighting. Obviously, I got way too competitive. And then at the end of it,
winded me.
it pans to Terry, and you just hear Sophie go, "You're actually hitting really hard." And it's like, did we release that? 'Cause it looks like I'm beating you up.
There is a classic outtake shot of you with like a little,
Oh no, like this
It was
is what's...
a body shot, mate. I was like, this is meant to be playful.
What's brilliant though is like, what I love so much is you just let us be us in that shoot.
Yeah.
Because...
And you also set the scene. Sorry to cut you
No,
off.
I mean, I
but
cut her
you-
off all the time, so
you-
immediately. Back to you.
But you talk us through what we should be doing and what the vibe is to create the best photos.
and what you should be thinking about, because it's even like you're on your laptop, you've just got an email from someone and it's really, really good news. Now show that in your face,
Exactly.
please.
And it makes it so
everyone's
easy.
normal, I'm working faces,
Yeah, exactly.
and I don't need that.
No.
That leads me to, how do you, what are your go-to posing tips for people that do struggle with having their photo taken?
Seamless, I like that. I was like, straight in.
I've had all the practice I need.
I'm going to see you, because she's got this.
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely got some posing tips that I can share. What do I always say to people? The number one thing is don't slouch and sit up straight. Because if you're going to slouch and sit back, even if that's how you
just
normally...
fall into
everything, you just come in. So it is absolutely, get up straight. And what happens then quite often is then the shoulders rise.
No, I'm literally going to start practicing this.
Please don't wear your shoulders as earrings. They should be down here.
Don't wear them as earrings.
I really, really want to see your neck. So absolutely. So I will absolutely guide people through posing, and it is wherever I get you into a position. It's right now. Straighten your back. Now pull your shoulders down. Now relax. What else would I suggest?
You told me off with my hands quite a lot in our shoot.
did,
because I was there like, Hulk smash.
I'd be like, right, do this, do that, and then I'd have like this grip, death grip. And can you just relax that right hand, because I can see the death grip.
Don't look like you're trying to kill her.
Yeah. Very often I will, if I'm taking a picture, I'll do you. So I would tend not to have you flat. You want a 3/4 position. Hello. You want a 3/4 position.
I'll do it towards the camera.
Yeah, do it towards the camera.
Talk me through it.
So
Okay.
rather than being flush, because obviously you're going to look broader.
Yeah.
You want to go 3/4 to the
So
camera.
towards the camera like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the light? Yeah, there's the light, there's the camera, so it would be 3/4. And then it would be nice straight back, but I might actually get you to go up on your toe and then lean on your knee.
Ooh.
But keep this. I might give you a step, but here you.
There's a fake step here.
There's a fake step.
This is a
Lean onto
workout.
that. And then that's when you then need shoulder down, neck long, and then you've got that really.
Beautiful.
Now, camera, please.
Sorry.
There we go.
Tarantino.
So that's great. So so try and do a 3/4 angle, shoulders down, nice straight back. Remember to breathe.
Remember to breathe.
That is a good one, actually.
Yeah.
What was the last one I was actually quite curious about? So obviously we've touched on like what to do after you've kind of got your content, but how, if you were to like literally say to people, because we know certain people have got a backlog of content that needs to go out,
like
a year plus of filming,
who are actually really good,
and you think your best friend, who's a content creator, you've got so much to go. Like you could break the internet with how good the content was.
Who's that then?
She went 2 million views on one of our videos. Just imagine if you got more of those reels out.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you
but
imagine?
Could you imagine?
What would that happen to you? What would that
Honestly,
do to your business?
and like the most
Oh my
beautiful person
God.
you've ever seen in this content,
Who
and the
would that
world.
be? Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So we're talking about
So
Sophie.
if you were that person,
So if you were that person, how can you make the most of your branding photo shoot?
Tell me.
the imposter syndrome is real, isn't it?
Yeah, it's painful actually.
So
sometimes.
then it is back
hard.
to take that step away from your business. Christmas is a good time, although I guess you're busy up to Christmas, aren't you?
Yeah, and then
then it'll
up
ease off.
to Christmas, then there's like you're at a standstill, and then so I do have a period where I could just actually really hone in.
So honestly, you like to plan. Get some planners. Think about those values. Think about the types of content you want to create. So you want to create content that shows who you are as a person, that person they're going to be dealing with. You want to share content that is, this is the product that I sell, this is what I do, can you please buy from me? You want a bit of that. And then the other type of content that you want is content that is all about, I know what I'm talking about. I have trained in this. This is something that I'm good at, and I'm going to put myself in a position as an expert. Yeah. So things like, after you've had your brows done, what are your care tips? Things like that. Things that are tips and hints and helpful. Yeah. So those 3 types of content. Who I am as a person, buy from me, this is what I offer. Look, I'm an expert in this area. Here are some things I'm talking about.
Do you know what it is? I think it's where I did get into the swing of it with my old branding, and I had about over 100 posts where I was being consistent. And then when I decided that I wanted to change my branding and have a rebrand, I think I hit a wall because when I rebranded, my values changed, my tone of voice changed, my whole brand kit changed, and I feel like I was sat in a bit of a brand identity crisis. So it's like, although my new brand does resonate with me, it's how can I separate this now from my old branding that I was so used to something new.
But how do you make that jump?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've done it already because you've already taken down all of that content?
Yeah, but I think now that I'm struggling to just action it because I don't want to. Obviously, I've taken all that time to take everything off to then repost stuff that still looks like my old brand. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying.
Maybe we look at like an editing recut vibe.
Exactly.
Then.
I feel like I need a whole new preset sort of thing.
Yeah. We need to go through like what can be archived and what can still be played with.
Exactly.
Because those old posts are not dead in the water. There's still
they
stuff
weren't.
there.
They
and you
weren't.
still got great visuals. And then it's just... And don't feel like you have to go all in all at once. Even if you start with, I'm doing 1 post a week, and then obviously keep there on stories with lots of stuff. Just so whatever you decide to do, then do it consistently, and don't then be thinking I need to do 4 posts a week and this many reels. Do something that you can do consistently, and if you can create that content while you in your quiet time, then you've got it sitting there.
I do feel
ready
like
to
now,
go.
like Instagram's getting a little bit toxic with the whole like you need to have this many posts and like a week, and make sure your captions are this, and how many hashtags you have. It's all a bit
It's funny though, because everyone says different things.
Exactly. So what's actually true?
Exactly.
The main thing is like Terry said, like you're still showing up, and like a huge obstacle that, especially with Pillow Pod, where I was struggling with our content, is I need someone, unless we're in like doing the podcast, and even at the events I'm still filming. And obviously we're a duo. I don't have that additional person to capture me within us. So when we actually when we finally like, we've got all these pictures and all this content of Pillow Pod, I scheduled 3 weeks of content, which took the pressure off of us. And
to see what you did with those images, like within a day or two, I
was so excited,
oh my
Terry.
God, you made my heart sing. Every time I pick up my phone and Instagram, because it's always Instagram, every time I look at something and one of my pictures pops up, honestly, it just gives me so much joy. And so you created me so much joy, and you continue to with the amazing images.
I just love them so much. I'm so obsessed.
Banging.
They're banging.
So one thing about Terry's photography is it is clean.
It feels so fresh.
Clean. Yeah.
Like I like it, and do you know what it is? It's how you also edit, your editing style, because like so many creators, it's like you recognize in different industries, whether it's film or photography. It's like, I recognize who that is. Warm preset, I know who that is. I can spot a Terry image.
100.
Like nothing.
100%.
We need to get like a card game and you turn it up. Terry, not Terry.
I'm there for it.
Right, so one final one. What advice would you give to someone trying to get into the creative industry?
Okay, it is possible. With a background in, it's definitely not possible, I'm not creative, and I went a completely different route and it was so wrong for me. It is possible. It is hard work. You know that.
Yeah.
Be clear about what you want to do. Yeah. Is the number one thing. Be clear about what you want to offer, and price yourself well. Doing those collab shoots and tester sessions is fine because you need to test the water. You do need to
see the vibe.
Give yourself, but do them with smart people who are going to shout about you and where it works for both of you, or where you can just really manage the situation where they're not going to be needy clients, where they know that they're doing you a favor.
Be strategic.
So be strategic with it, and don't get so tied up in that hamster wheel of doing that you don't take a step back and make sure that your path is, because you can very easily start, I'm going to go here and then get sidetracked over to here with doing something that you don't want to do. So keep having those meetings with yourself of, okay, no, this is where I want to go. It is hard, it is possible. If you need a backup job at the same time, then do that, and then figure out, what do I want to be earning? How do I make that happen? And just keep working at it.
I feel so inspired.
No, honestly.
I could listen to you for hours.
Give
it time, I'm working on it. I want a day off. I need content, mate. No, I'm not being funny though. Your real content is leveled up month by month. Be like, hang on, did I film this? No, Sophie did. Oh my God, go watch my back, mate.
That's true.
Oh, actually, that was it. So 2025, any business plans for you? Anything coming up?
I do have some things coming up. So obviously, I know. It's so exciting.
Get ready, guys. Get ready.
You know how I talk about do your content? I really need to do my content. Anyway, yes. So obviously, my main offering is a brand shoot, which looks like a 1 hour brand shoot, a half day brand shoot, or there's like an annual package. But I get that not everyone is at that level where they're ready to do that yet. So I've got two things. I've got some mini shoot days, where I've got a location, come along just for like 40, 45 minutes. We'll get you something to get you started. And then you can go out, you've got some content, you've got some great images. And when you're ready, then we can do a better, more full-on brand shoot. So that's, mini shoots are coming. I will be creating the content over Christmas. And then the other thing that I think I can help with, and this came from clients that I've worked with who are not using their images, is like, I know
not pointing any fingers.
I know you've got great images. Maybe we need to spend some time together. So I've got a visual strategy hour. So if you've got great images, mine or wherever, then you can come and spend an hour with me. Let's talk about how you use them. And then I thought, actually, there's a lot of great knowledge that I have here anyway. Anyone who just needs an hour with me, we'll do a questionnaire. We'll figure out how I can help you best with where you are at right now. Whether that's you need help to go out and create your own content. You actually want to hire a photographer, whether that's me or someone else. Think about your content, or whether it's the early stages of can we work together. So that strategy hour is something that I'm going to offer out there as well.
How exciting. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been a joy to chat to you.
It's been so good.
In my home.
Welcome home. When you get like a doormat and everything.
Oh my God, I'm so shit.
But no, that was I'm literally ready to rebrand again.
No, same.
Right, let's go start 10 more businesses. You're like, no, we're going to get your content sorted. No, because that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Let's go do some stuff for Black.
Really
but thank you so much for coming on, Terry. It's been a pleasure.
So fun.
I feel like we should do like, I don't know, a Blue Peter wave or something.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Should we do a little wave?
Yeah.
See you soon, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and it's been a pleasure having Terry on. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.